What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All Things Super. I am one of your hosts, Spider, and I am joined by my co-host, Mr. VIP, Frankie Washington. How are you doing today, sir?
I am awesome. Thank you for asking. And how about yourself?
I am doing fantastic. It is another wonderful Sunday.
Ooh.
We are getting
Ooh.
into a very how do I want to describe it? It's a great property. It's a great property. I'll say that.
Here we go.
But it's a property that I am not inherently familiar with. So, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But if you didn't know, of course, this is All Things Super, where every week we watch TV shows, movies, react to trailers, and we break it down. We talk about it. We review it, and we ask the question: is it super? But if you want to join in the conversation, you can leave a comment below. You can join in by subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell, get the notification. Let you know next time we post a new video. Or you can find us on all your major podcast streaming services, or you can tweet at us at ATSuperPod, and then you can ask us questions, and you can let us know if you think if it's super or not. But
is it?
I don't know. Is it?
What are we reviewing today?
This week, we are reviewing the first 2 episodes of the brand new Disney Plus series, Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know people are excited for this show. They have been waiting for this. This was another one because when Disney Plus premiered as a platform, they kind of showed us like, this is what we're planning to do. And everybody was like, Marvel, The Mandalorian, and there were all of these different like things, and they introduced National Geographic stuff and all this other stuff. That's freeze frame that it caught you on is absolutely hilarious right now. You have to watch it. You have to watch the video back. The internet, you know, this show, just to let you all know, the viewers, the internet is going to be absolutely wild. It's giving us all kind of issues today, so we're going to get frozen.
It's my fault. It's my fault. It's because I'm in a new location. It's my fault. I'm hoping this is accurate. It's probably not accurate to the box that I'm making.
Honestly, you are almost spot on. You're almost spot on.
It must be the Force. It must be the Force that I'm using.
Audio listeners, you gotta watch the video. You gotta watch the video. I understand if you're driving and you're listening to the podcast, go ahead and listen to the audio. That's fine. But when you get to a safe location, when you get home, go ahead and pull up the video, because the visuals, you need to see the visuals.
When you get home, take everything off and then put us on. That's the recipe to a good evening.
No, I don't.
What? That's not how it goes.
Audience, you do what you do.
When I rewatch the show, I watch it comfortably. I watch our show comfortably, maybe with a glass of something. As you notice, my vessel is different this week. Don't question it. Just enjoy it.
See, just because you said not to question it, now you're going to get questioned about it.
No one dare question me. No one questions me. Everyone questions themselves. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Old name, old lore, new show. This show fills in the missing time piece between Darth Vader, or should I say, Anakin Skywalker, being left on planet I don't want to go to. I don't even remember why they were there. I would not even go there. I think that's like his home base where he was. If you're gonna build a lair, right? If I'm an evil supervillain, I want to build a lair. I want to pick somewhere. They never picked anywhere like on a beach. Pick somewhere that's tropical. You always pick like the worst desolate places. So this planet's lava's running all over. And anyway, it picks up after that. Obi's thinking that, should I call him Obi or should I call him Ben?
Say go with Ben.
I like Obi.
Either
Obi
Ben
Trice.
Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks.
Obi Trice might need to sue Lucas for that naming rights. Anyway,
I mean,
so Obi's. Go ahead.
Obi-Wan Kenobi predates Obi Trice. I mean, Star Wars goes back to the 80s. So, it was
What
all the way back then.
What are you saying, Spider? What
I'm
exactly
saying
are
that
you saying?
I'm saying that
Are you trying to say Obi got a
I'm saying Obi Trice.
what?
He spelled it differently, so he's good from legal repercussions.
He's a smart man. He's a smart man. So we pick up where Obi actually thinks that Anakin is dead, or he left him for dead,
Yeah.
and he's. Oh, okay. I guess we got to put out our traditional spoiler warning. If you have not,
True.
come here, come here, come here. Cause I know you're watching. Come here, get a little close. If you have not watched the episodes, the first two episodes,
True.
go and watch those, and then come back and then take everything off and then watch us. It's gonna be an enjoyable experience. So I'm gonna give you time to log out now, in case you didn't log out already. We got to stop it right there. I don't want to get sued. Anyway, he thinks that that was your warning. He thinks that Darth Vader is dead. He's not. He's alive, and he just discovered that. So now, if you could see the acting, right? You see the oh shit face that he made when what's her name?
Reva.
The young Reva.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into her. We'll get into her in a second. But when you see his face, that how could this guy be alive? Well, apparently the force is strong in him. This is nothing but, and I'm gonna say this, Spider. You correct me if I'm wrong, because I have no problem being wrong. I just rarely am. This is what the nation of Star Wars fan enthusiasts been waiting for. You have the baddest, if not the baddest, villain coming back. Everyone's waiting for Darth Vader to step out and just annihilate things and fill in that gap between when he was birthed and we all know he died. But we're about to see some badass epic lightsaber Star Wars nonsense coming up. They're leading to this, and I want to see it. Now, with that being said, I am not a huge Star Wars fan. My wife is. My wife's a huge Star Wars fan. She's a huge Baby Yoda fan. She's a huge fan. I am here to see if I can become a fan. Don't get me wrong. The stories I'm familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
The brother and the brother and the sisters kissing. Don't blame me. Blame Lucas. He the one that wrote that in there. And to see where this story's gonna go. I have seen all of it though. I've seen New Hope. I've seen Rogue One. I've seen everything. Now I may be a little fuzzy on some of the offshoots, like the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch
They
and
have a
all these
lot
other.
of I would say in recent history they've come out with a lot of different series to like give more depth to all of the lore, to the backstory, to the history of this Star Wars universe. So there's definitely a lot to get into.
So let me preference this then, Spider, for those who are uninitiated with the Star Wars themes of it all.
Mm-hmm.
You have bad versus good. It basically boils down to that. And you have the Force, which connects it all. But if you use the Force wrong, you can go to the dark side. And if you use the Force the proper way, you can go to the light side. But everybody can't get the Force. So you have to be trained on how to use the Force if you're Force sensitive, which means you have the what is it?
Midichlorians.
It better than I could. So if you have that in your blood, in your DNA, which Baby Yoda has so much, which is it's concentrated, I would imagine, because he has more than like everybody else. Sorry, Grogu. He's a special child, and they wanted to harvest his metal. You're supposed to fill in the word meta what?
Midichlorians.
I'm gonna call it metaverse. So, so he's
Now
supposed
we're
to
gonna get
get
sued.
his. Damn it! His pimp juice. He's
There
getting
you
his
go.
pimp juice extracted from him. Baby Yoda got pimp juice. I want to see a meme with Baby Yoda dressed out, all iced out, bust down.
I
AP.
can almost guarantee you that there, if it's not online, if you go to any urban city, go to Martin Luther King Boulevard, you find you a t-shirt shop.
Run!
You're
No
gonna
matter what
find
city you in, you on Martin Luther King Boulevard, run.
you gonna find an iced out Baby Yoda in somebody's shop, somebody's convenience store. It's gonna be there. Go to the urban outerwear, one of those like little local like hip hop stores. You'll find it.
If it ain't there, it needs to be there. Let me know who got it. I want to order a bunch of it because again,
iced out Baby
Mrs.
Yoda.
Love it. With a bust down AP. No, I'm just saying. So we're getting the answers to the questions that we didn't even know we had. Like what happened between Obi leaving Vader to die.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you see in some of the episodes, well, the final episode that they released, that he is in a Bacta
tank.
Bacta tank. You guys are gonna come for me, and I'm gonna let you. It's okay. I pronounce words wrong all the time, and I pronounce words wrong when they're right. And sometimes the right words sound wrong, and they're right. Don't think about it. Anyway, so he's in the tank healing, which is a tragedy within itself. I actually had to reference the lady, the missus, about this Star Wars lore canon, good versus evil. So, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Spider, because I have no problem with being wrong when I am. Darth Vader was trying to save his boo thing from dying.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a vision of the future where she died giving birth to these twins who end up kissing each other. Gross.
You keep bringing it back up.
Blame Lucas. Don't blame me. He could have took that part all the way out. He felt as though that was critical and it should have been in there. You get a young Layla, and you get to see her how she grew up, and you're gonna obviously get a young Luke and see how he grows up because it just makes sense. But we're getting Darth Vader back, and we're getting that time frame filled in for one of the baddest mother in the game. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Before you get into the breakdown, and you answer this question, you go ahead and take it away with the breakdown.
Okay.
What's the young lady's name? Reva. Reva. What happened between Obi and Reva that her bloodlust for him is just, she's on a mission?
Yeah.
Do you know the backstory?
That I don't know, and like you, I will preface this as I am not a huge Star Wars fan. I've probably seen fewer Star Wars properties than you have. Honestly, 100% being honest, because we're all about honesty here at All Things Super.
God damn right we all about honesty. Hold on. God damn right we all about honesty on this show. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to compose myself. You know what it is? I haven't had enough of
I think
elixir.
You might have had too much already.
Everybody is entitled to their opinions.
But no, honestly, I wasn't really planning on getting into to Obi-Wan because I wasn't, well, initially we weren't planning on reviewing it on the show. So I was just kind of holding off on it, and it wasn't at the top of my list because I know there's a bunch of other stuff that's coming out.
This was a request.
This was a request.
And so the person that requested, I'm gonna just say that.
Mm-hmm. But no, and then that's another thing. So if you all, or our audience, if you have a request, it's something that you think that we should review and you want to hear our take on it and answer the question, if it's super or not, you can leave us a comment on the video. Tweet at us. Let us know.
To watch. I hope. Well, what if it's a French film?
I mean,
move slow.
Just
and
have
it's
to
in
figure it
black
out.
and white
We'll just have to
with
figure it out.
subtitles.
We'll have to figure it out. If we get a
I can give
request
you an
for it,
answer if it's super or not in the first
3 minutes.
15 minutes.
I'm about to say 3 minutes in. Nah, this ain't super.
But leave it down. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah,
I'll
leave
watch
us a
it.
comment. Let us know if you want us to review something. But no, because I wasn't planning on getting into it as soon as it came out. But with that being said, I'm kind of glad that I did, because I did like it. I did enjoy the show. Now, as far as the backstory between Reva and why she's so steadfast on getting Obi-Wan, I don't know what her personal stakes are, if he did something to wrong her.
He probably touched her spot. Hey man, this out there in space, you see if y'all watching this show, y'all, or if y'all just were tuning in to see what nonsense Spider go say, space is
because I'm
big,
the one spitting the nonsense.
I wouldn't tell nobody else that. Space is big and it's cold and it's lonely, maybe this is a tale of a heartbroken woman, that's coming for her revenge. And she already said that she's not coming to kill him. She's just coming to snatch him for Vader. So she works for Vader.
Right.
But I think there's just something personal in that for her, because spoiler warning, she kills her goddamn commanding officer. Kills him. Runs that right in him. Right. His hole in his body looked like the ATS logo. It's just as big. And he was like, this bitch stabbed me. And it was shocking to him, but at the same time, it was like,
right.
Does he have regenerating powers? Can he come back?
I don't think anybody in the Star Wars universe has regenerative powers. I think that's why they all have to go into the back of the tank if they're like injured. They have to recuperate.
Can we put a dead body in the back of the tank and bring him back?
I don't know. I don't think anybody's been brought back from the dead.
Isn't it like the Lazarus Pit? Isn't it like that?
No, not like the Lazarus Pit. I think you have to have at least some like breath of life still within you. They can bring you back from the brink of death, but not from all the way dead.
I don't know, man. You might have to let them. You know how you put a donut or Oreo inside the milk and it gets soggy? I think you got to let that body kind of get saturated, and then you come back like, little dirty bitch.
It's soggy Oreo. You can't re-solidify a soggy Oreo though.
It's still delicious. I think you're losing sight of what the point is.
I'm just going over your analogy.
We talking about Oreos here, baby. Your boy dead. He moved on. He looked like an Oreo.
I mean, you're not wrong, but no, it was surprising that happened, and we're kind of jumping into episode 2. But it was surprising when that happened because
I did do the horn, right?
She did do the horn. You did do the yeah. So we're safe. But I was surprised because watching the trailer breakdowns and everything that I do when the Obi-Wan trailer came out, and we saw the Grand Inquisitor, because that's who the character was. The Grand Inquisitor, he came off the ship. That was like his first reveal of the Grand Inquisitor. Everybody was like, "Oh, the Grand Inquisitor looks so good." I'm thinking this is going to be the big bad of the season. This is going to be the person that Obi-Wan is like has conflict with. Now we know that from previous reports, Hayden Christensen is coming back. He's portraying Darth Vader. He was Anakin Skywalker in not the first prequel. What was that? What was the name of the first one? The Phantom Menace.
Menace? Yeah, Phantom Menace.
So, in the Phantom Menace, it was a young Anakin Skywalker. So it was a little kid. I can't remember the little kid's actor's name.
Slow-mo.
But in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, Anakin Skywalker was portrayed by Hayden Christensen. So now he's coming back. He's portraying Darth Vader. But so once we got the report that Hayden Christensen was reprising his role as Anakin, aka Darth Vader, then we're like, okay, well maybe that's going to be the big bad of the entire series. But it looks like we may not get. I don't know when we're going to get that Darth Vader entrance, right? Because obviously the way that the show is going, like Mr. VIP Frankie Washington said, it's filling in those gaps between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. And so we're kind of bridging that gap, saying everything that happened in between, where Obi-Wan left Anakin to die on the lava planet, and before he came to Tatooine after Luke's aunt and uncle were killed, and then Obi-Wan took Luke on to train him in the ways of the Force. So Obi-Wan's basically hiding out, and I really appreciate the fact that they did sort of like this recap at the beginning of episode 1 to kind of, if there was like, if it's been like years since you watched Revenge of the Sith, or if you haven't watched Revenge of the Sith at all, this is the high points of what happened. Like you said, Anakin was in a relationship with Padme. Padme was he saw that Padme was going to die, giving birth to his children. So he wanted to find out how he could become stronger in order to save her. He fell into the dark side. He started using the Force for evil. Ended up going to the dark side. Obi-Wan was Anakin's master, his teacher. He was training Anakin. And so Padme ended up dying. The babies had to be protected because the Empire wanted to kill all Jedis. And they knew that these babies, because the Force was so strong in Anakin, they knew that the babies were going to be Force sensitive. They were probably going to grow up to be Jedi, so they needed to protect them. So they separated the babies.
That's how DNA normally works, yeah.
If your daddy got it, then you're probably going to get it too.
That's normally how DNA works.
But so they separated the twins. It was a boy and a girl. Leia was adopted by Senator Bail Organa, who's the senator, and his wife is the Queen of Alderaan. So Leia went with them, and I guess they named her Leia. I don't know if Padme named the babies or if they got named when they got split. That part I don't know. So
I shall call this one Luke and the other one Leia.
You sound like Voldemort. But yeah, so they got split. Leia went to Alderaan. Luke went to Tatooine with his uncle and aunt, and Obi-Wan went to look after Luke. And so basically the show is him kind of watching Luke from a distance, but also trying to stay hidden as Jedis are being hunted right now. So episode 1 kind of picks up. We see the Inquisitors come to Tatooine because there's word, pray tell, there's a Jedi hidden on the planet. So they're kind of shaking everybody down. And so they get into this bar, and immediately, like, you can see the roles of the different Inquisitors, like who's who, what the personality is. Because the Grand Inquisitor, he comes in, he's like very calculated. He's kind of monologuing a little bit, talking about Jedis. Like, he could tell that there was like some lightsaber scorch marks on the wall where obviously there was a fight. And so he's saying Jedis have this innate itch within them to help people. So obviously, when someone's in trouble, a Jedi is going to show themselves and they're going to help. So he's trying to press up. Yes.
I learned this from Alita. You cannot stand by and watch. This is the dog's blood. You can no longer stand by. That's it. That's the whole thing.
You got to jump in. You got when somebody needs help, you help them.
Right.
But so we can immediately see Reva's impatience. Reva is very impatient. She's like, I'm tired of these games. I want to figure out where this Jedi is. So Grand Inquisitor is pushing up on the bartender, trying to get him to give up the location of the Jedi. Reva's like, fuck this, picks up a knife, flings it at the fucking bartender's face. And of course, the Jedi in the crowd stops the knife. because that's what a Jedi is going to do. The Jedi is not going to sit there and watch somebody be killed. And so Jedi gets found out. Of course, the way that the show is framed, we know it's a show about Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're thinking, oh, Obi-Wan's in the bar, but it's not Obi-Wan. It's a different Jedi. And so her sort of the way that the Grand Inquisitor reprimanded her and said that, you know, you're reckless, you're too impulsive. Not only did the Grand Inquisitor reprimand her, but the other Inquisitor that's with them also reprimanded her, saying, you know, because they came back the next day when Reva, Luke's uncle, came to talk to Obi-Wan because he knew that Obi-Wan was watching over him. And so Luke, Uncle Owen confronted Ben and was like, we don't need your help. Leave us alone. Leave my family alone.
All your toys for tots.
Right.
We don't need your toys.
Just a toy. He doesn't need your toys. I can buy him toys.
I can buy him toys. I don't need your toys.
But basically, he's saying that you being around is putting us in danger. And not 2 minutes after he says that, Reva comes up and is getting ready to, like, blatantly tells Owen to his face, I will kill you and your family. Like, you stand up for your family? Fine. Yell to everybody in the town, this man and his family will die unless you tell me where the Jedi is.
Not only she threatened this man, she's already proved by snatching hands. Like, she cut that lady hand off.
Please.
On GP.
Just because she said something. Just because she opened her mouth. She was like, oh, you want to talk smack? Slice.
I thought a bitch with two hands said something. You got one hand. I know you ain't saying shit. My conversation ended right there. I was like, I can't even scratch my ass. You got a nub.
Right. That's all you got. But just immediate. I'm not trying
to play with Reed.
She is ruthless. She knows what she wants, and she'll do whatever it takes to get it.
She's the Agent Smith of this motherfucker. She is coming through with purpose, with straight purpose. I like, if it's not furthering her goal, she really don't have no time for it.
And that's very apparent in episode 2 so before we get into episode 2, another thing I want to mention is that I didn't realize until after the fact that I looked at the cast list and everything that the other Inquisitor, they call him Fifth Brother because they call Reva Third Sister. So I don't know how that like ranking works with the Inquisitors. But Fifth Brother is
glad you asked, Spider. Let me tell you how it works. I know this because, you know, when I drink this, I see things.
Okay.
It go one daddy, one mama. Somewhere along the line, you all figure the rest out. You get to third sister, fifth brother.
But no, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Fifth Brother is played by Sung Kang, who plays Han in the Fast and Furious franchise.
I thought I recognized that face underneath that makeup. Mm-hmm. The missus was saying the same thing. It's like, I know him. He's from something. That's really Han?
Yeah. That's really him.
I know. I was just getting confirmation that you said it first. So I just wanted to... You could have been like, no, I was just fucking with you.
Like, no, I'm just fucking with you.
You got me. But no, that's amazing that that's such something different from what he normally does.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see him whip that lightsaber out and do some Fast and Furious shit, lightsaber style.
I mean, we might see it. But going back to Reva and how if you're not furthering her mission, if you're not contributing to her succeeding in her mission, then she wants nothing to do with you. But in episode 2, Leia gets kidnapped. And I'll talk about Leia in a second. But Leia gets kidnapped. Obi-Wan is requested by her father to go find her because her father, Bail Organa, again, Senator of Alderaan, he doesn't trust anyone else to go get Leia. So he Goes to Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's like, I'm not that guy anymore. You have to find somebody else. There's anybody you can find. You can find a mercenary, find some type of gun for hire, a bounty
Captain
hunter.
Marvel.
Captain Marvel is somewhere far, far away.
Off world. I have a question about that too in a second once you finish what you're saying.
But so in his attempts to go and recover Leia, he runs into this person on the planet Dio, I think the planet is called. And I could be wrong. But on the planet where he's looking for Leia, he runs into someone who is pretending to be a Jedi, played by Kumail Nanjiani. Awesome actor, great comedic actor. He's absolutely, every role that I see this man in is just absolutely fantastic. He plays the shit out of every role that he's in. Yes.
Pause. Camille's in this thing, killing it like you said he's doing. Question, is he an Eternal in this show?
No, he's not.
He's not a Jedi. I'm just saying the Eternals live for thousands of years.
Yeah, but
clearly have been off planet.
Two different franchises.
No store, same parent company.
With two different franchises.
It would be incredibly funny and ironic if you found out he was the same person. I mean, the man played himself through the decades, his grandfather, his father, and the son, and had a movie career. Nobody knew. It was just like, oh, they look alike.
He changed the facial hair. You shave a beard, you look like a completely different person.
That's why I try to grow it as much as I can. I don't want to look like a unrecognizable person in these streets. Look pedophilic without a beard. Look creepy. I know you're like.
I think you should land with creepy. I think you should just land with creepy and left it at that.
I went there.
Yeah, you did. But just to wrap up on Reva, so Obi-Wan's trying to get away with Leia. Reva is in pursuit of them. Kamal said that he's going to Haja is the character's name. Haja is going to buy them some time. So Haja drops down in front of Reva, is like, yes, you found me. I'm the Jedi you're looking for. And Reva just looks at him like, you're not a Jedi. And he's like, immediately, it's like, I don't, like, it is so, because the mark of a good antagonist, the mark of a good bad guy, is not someone who just kills recklessly, just runs through people, murders everybody. The mark of a good antagonist is somebody who knows their purpose. And like we've been saying this whole time, if you do not serve to further, like, help me as I achieve my mission, then you are of no use to me. If you continue to impede me, then yeah, I'll take you out because you're constantly in my way, which she did with the Grand Inquisitor. Like, I'm tired of you chastising me. But Haja, she was like,
who's in the gutter now, bitch? Who's in the gutter now?
I love that line. Like, we found you in the gutter. Straight up murked him. Who's in the gutter now? But she was like, she just used the Force. She read Hodge's mind so she could get a location on Obi-Wan, but then she let him live. She's like, all right, you served your purpose for me. I have no use for you. And then walked off. It's like, I have no reason to kill you. Like, you haven't wronged me. You've gotten in my way, so I've used you for information. But other than that, you have no threat to me. You're really not worth my time. So, be gone. And she just walks off and leaves him.
Here's a question. There's a lot of things that's been going. Again, I've been watching the movies over the years, and there's a lot of things they're introducing the Force with the ability to do. Have you ever seen before the Force had the ability to read someone's mind, Professor Xavier style?
I don't remember, because it's been a long time since I've seen the original trilogy. I didn't really watch the prequels, but in The Force Awakens, I do believe that Kylo was trying to read Rey's mind, because I think he was trying to find Luke. And so he was, when Rey got captured, he was trying to read her mind, and she resisted him. And that's when she kind of like found out that she had the Force.
Hmm. I know they started to use the Force in that same movie as like a two-way communication device, which was something
Yeah,
new that they were exploring with the Force. Also using the Force to bring people back from the dead and heal wounds. And like, what can the Force not do? Can the Force make me an omelet?
I don't know. I don't know. I cannot answer that question.
Damn it, man! I was trying to get some of that Force to get a Force brunch going on. I'm just
Maybe,
saying,
maybe.
so a Force avocado toast. No, I'm by myself with this one. Use the Force to make a delicious set it and forget it type meal.
Maybe.
How's this different from WandaVision? All right, I'm gonna stop. Go
You
ahead.
keep bringing Marvel back into the universe.
Let me tell you something. Marvel's the best thing that Disney did. The question is this show super?
I'm liking it so
Ooh,
far. And this is like just
but
as I said, somebody that's I am truly on the outside looking in with Obi-Wan
true.
because I'm not as familiar with all of the lore. I don't know a lot of like the timelines about everything. So I'm trying to fill in the gaps. I'm reading like little explanations and synopses after the fact, trying to get some more answers to the questions. But I like it. I like it. I do say that this show is super. It's one of the things that I do
Back.
appreciate is that, of course, this is, I believe, 10 years after the end of Revenge of the Sith, after they split the children up. So this is taking place 10 years later. Obi-Wan hasn't, for as far as we know, he's given up on using the Force. He's working a regular job. He's a meat miner or whatever beast that they have just dead out in the desert. Every day he goes out there,
Perfect.
follows the
Perfect
same
analogy. I mean,
routine.
perfect title.
He follows the same routine. They go out there, they chop up meat, they ship it out to wherever. End of the day, he takes off a little bit of sliver. Got to get for whatever his camel horse thing that he
Camel
rides.
horse.
He makes sure to bring a little bit of meat home for his camel horse, and that's what he does. He lives a modest life. He lives out in a cave. Like, I'm just chilling, minding my own business. But when Bail comes and asks Obi-Wan to go get Leia, he's like, I'm not that guy anymore. And we saw in all of the prequel movies how Obi-Wan's he's this master Jedi. He can fight, he has all these skills, but when he gets into these fights in the show, you can see he's clearly lost a step. He's not as agile, he's not as practiced, he's not in tune with those movements. So I love the fact that they didn't just show him go back to being Obi-Wan the badass. It's like he gets punched in the face. He gets
A lot.
almost captured. It's like he damn near walks into a trap because he's like, Jedi's have that itch. Somebody asks for help, you go help. And he's almost captured. And but he still has the wherewithal because he went into, I guess, like this drug den or whatever, and he had the mind frame to be like, okay, well, I need a fail safe, I need a backup plan just in case something does happen. He almost gets captured by the mercenaries or whatever. He's like, drug bomb or like some kind of meth dust. It just like breaks it down. He had the gas mask already, so he just busts it, puts the gas mask on. He lets them sit in the room. They're all high as shit right now.
Yeah, that spice is something else. They was
Yes.
like, yeah. They open up the door and like, look at these idiots, high as hell. They're like, yeah.
But so
Like,
he may
yeah,
not
good
he may
time.
not be physically there, but he's still there mentally. He still knows what to do. He still knows how to defend himself. He knows how to stay off the main streets, kind of get into the back alleys, try to keep himself hidden. And with the help of Hodja, they end up getting off of Daya, successfully off of a cargo ship. But yeah, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was a real good, strong outcoming for the first two episodes to continue on with this story. Like I said, not the biggest Star Wars fan and don't have a lot of knowledge going into it. So for those of you who are bigger Star Wars fans and you have more of an intimate connection and intimate relationship with the story,
a lot of them.
it's a lot
There's
of
a
them.
lot of them,
But
Spider.
you all may have different opinions, and if you do have different opinions, leave us a comment. Let me know if you didn't like the show. Tell me why you didn't like it and what, in your opinion, something that they messed up, something that they didn't get right, or something that didn't make sense. Because like I said, I'm on the outside looking in, so all of this stuff I'm seeing it with fresh eyes, and I'm looking at it from a storytelling perspective, if the story makes sense. So I don't have that lore knowledge. I don't know. Mr. VIP Frankie Washington, what did you think? Is it super?
This is the first time on All Things Super is going to happen this time. I'm actually going to reserve my comment.
Oh,
if
really?
This show is super. Yes, I think what we should do is continue the show, watch it as a whole, and then I shall cast my decision on its Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Star Wars story, super or not.
Okay. I'm speechless. I'm utterly speechless. This was a surprise and a shock.
I need some of this elixir to calm me down.
But one last thing that I want to talk about before we go ahead and call this an episode: the young woman who is portraying young Leia.
Here we go.
I love her and I hate her at the same time.
At the same time.
I love her as an actress because she is playing her best, because you're the daughter of a queen and a senator. So you're brought up, you're taught manners, but then you're also spoiled because you get everything that you want. And you can see the difference between the two, because they have this like dinner party or whatever. The droid brings them food. She thanks the droid. Her cousin was like, "You thank your droids?" And she was like, "I was raised with manners." He was like, "Well, you don't don't have to, show compassion or show manners to a lesser life form." And she snapped back. "Well, I guess I shouldn't have to talk to you then." And like, oh, so it's like, she knows to be respectful. She knows how to compose herself as a princess should, but then she's also of the mindset of like, I'm not going to take no shit from nobody. And so it's lovable, it's endearing, but then when you as a viewer know she's gotten kidnapped, Obi-Wan's trying to save her, and she's just essentially still being a child, being a kind of spoiled, unruly child a little bit, because she's just like sheltered. She has not left Alderaan. It's probably the first time in her life that she's been off of Alderaan. So of course she's taking in all the new sights. Everything's new and fascinating. Oh, what is this? What is that? What is this? Obi-Wan's like, "Stop touching stuff." It's like she doesn't understand the situation that they're in, that somebody is trying to come after them and potentially maybe kill them. But I love her because she is playing that role to a T, but then at the same time, as a father, is like, I hate it because I just want you to listen. Just listen to me when I'm telling you, stop touching stuff, stay with me, let's go so we can get out of here. And she's so great, and I am excited to see more of her throughout the season. Hopefully we get to see more of her throughout the season, because as of right now, I don't think they're going directly back to Alderaan. And so hopefully we get at least like another episode, or at least a half episode to an episode and a half, with Obi-Wan and Leia interacting, because even Leia said something to Obi-Wan and he was like, "How old are you?" And she's like 9 or like 10. He's like, "You don't sound like it." It's like, you honestly, and growing up around royalty, growing up around like Senate meetings and stuff like that, of course you hear a lot of things. You hear a lot of profound words. And like I said, Leia's been raised right. She's been raised to be respectful, but she's also been raised to be inquisitive. So she's going to want to explore. And I love that, because that lends into who the character of Leia is. And when we were first introduced into Leia in A New Hope, Leia is a princess, but she still knows how to carry herself. She's not defenseless. She's not a damsel in distress. And so I love that they're going back to that. Like, even from a young age, this is how Leia was.
I agree wholeheartedly. Watching the old Star Wars episodes and having her be pretty spot on, you can definitely see she's a young Leia. And it just reminds me of back when she saw Luke for the first time. And her response was, "You're pretty short to be a stormtrooper."
Yeah.
It's like,
The first time you meet this dude.
Sick burn. Like, God damn. I'm trying to save you.
Exactly.
Like, I've been doing this my whole little life, so this ain't nothing to me. And it plays into that. I did enjoy that part. I enjoyed the show. I don't want to make people think that I didn't enjoy the show. I enjoyed the show. The question is it super? And I want to take the whole series as a whole and look at it as a complete body of work, because I think they're building to something, and I want to see what they build to, and then I can give an honest assessment at the end of the series. Is it super? Is it?
And we'll definitely find out. But let us know what you think about the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. But if you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Again, hit that bell for the notifications so you can be notified when we put out new videos. Follow us on your major podcast streaming services if you want the audio version of the show. And reach out to us on Twitter at ATSuperPod. But next week...
I don't know what their buttons are.
Oh,
the buttons are. I don't know.
They're going to be below us. There's nothing's going to be up here. There's nothing going to be around here.
There's nothing above us. There's nothing above us. All this is clear. Grab a cloud if we need to.
But
just saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Next week.
Get ready. Here we go.
Because we are going to get into some shit. Because next week will be our review of the first episode of season 3 of Amazon Prime Videos. You like how I'm leading into this? I'm building up the anticipation like a drum roll. You're just waiting for the end of it. But next week, we're going to talk about the first episode of season 3 of Amazon Prime Videos, The Boys. I am beyond excited. Look, we gotta give them.
We're segueing.
We didn't segue to it, but I'm just saying we're getting them excited for next week. They gotta get them pumped for the show.
Watch the show. This is why you're better at this than I. Watch the show.
We call that a major market tease, but yes, we're gonna be reviewing the first episode of The Boys next week. So come back. If you're a fan of The Boys, even if you're not a fan of The Boys, if you're a fan of us, come back next week, watch the episode. But until then, thank y'all for joining us. We'll catch y'all in the next one.